In my cell, I know there is another dimension. And in that world, I once wandered. There I met my other self. No, I'm not mad, even though here I can tell my story only to a friendly rat. Other scientists have tried to reach that ethereal place. They also use animals as a means to get to the other dimension. They tried to use their soul. Never having reached their goal, they all died. But I did succeed in getting there. Let me now tell you how I entered that dimension and what happened to me while there. Come closer, my friend. Please listen to me very close. I was about to extract the spark of life from an animal. This energy I would use to gain entrance into another dimension that exists within ours. Yes, right within this very spot. To obtain this spark, I selected a creature to achieve my goal. This animal would provide me with its life force to visit that world. Proud of what I was doing, I finally showed my companion my efforts. At first she was pleased. She thought she had won my heart. Then she watched in horror as I withdrew that cat's essence from its screaming body and placed it into a flask. Upset with my cruelty toward this animal, she wanted to leave my place. To keep her in my laboratory, I deceptively beguiled her into making love. My hope was she would then go with me into this other dimension. I needed her as a witness to prove I was there. Frightened by my controlling sexual darker side, she desperately wanted to leave me. We then dressed. To bring her with me on my journey, I then quickly placed that cat's life force on the two of us. Immediately, we were embedded in a whirlpool of glaring light. It formed a portal that carried us into the next dimension. The passage there was beyond our wildest imagination. Soon we were in a spectral world. The fantastic was the norm. Seeing plants give birth to babies made her even more apprehensive. Pulsating light passed through me. I was in all my glory. Here I was king. Soon we were in a spectral world. The fantastic was the norm. By choice, my hands could pass through objects. To calm her, I said, "Before we return, let us bathe in the stunning ponds about us. It would be a memory we will never forget." She obediently began removing my clothing. This Garden of Eden you could never visually imagine. Essentially, it made us both even more ardent and passionate. But this paradise had its own evil serpents. One startled me as it slithered ever closer to us. Instead, it attacked a baby that had left its pod. I looked up. I thought. First I saw myself staring down at me. It was a nebulous spirit, a specter. He, however, could see me naked doing my horrible experiments. I felt he knew my every sin. Our utopia then turned into a barren landscape. Human cries appeared to be coming from the creatures that roamed about. He intensely stated, "How dare you enter my domain of despair and delight? Immediately I felt the sufferings of the animals I had endlessly used to advance my career. Their unbearable pain increased steadily within my brain. Many couldn't scream. Some were even muted so that their cries would not distract me from my work. For eternity, I knew my hell would be feeling their pain. Then the incredible happened. I became one of them. I became a small laboratory test animal. In panic, I escaped. I fled through a giant frog-lined hallway into the putrid-smelling area where the dying animals were housed. I was eventually placed on an operating table and surgically violated. Before I was returned to my cage, I was emasculated.
Keep away! Keep away from me! No! No! Please! Please! Keep away! I never did you any harm! No! Stop it! No! In the name of God! Stop it! Stop it! Please! Stop it!
He never responded. My keeper said, "Do you know how long eternity is? You are still on day one." I looked up to see the specter. He who I feared in desperation, I now worshipped. He became my God. At his altar, I humbled myself. I pleaded, my God, my wonderful, loving God, help me, help me. From my bed of pain, my companion took pity on me. Told her he could end my suffering. But to do this, she would have to remain close to him forever in his world. Having no choice, to end my torment, she agreed. As she turned into a specter-like being, almost immediately, I became well. As they departed, I became depressed. I realized I missed my companion deeply. But he did bring her back. Unless she truly wanted to stay with him, he couldn't keep her. He now would have to live forever, never having someone there. Before departing, he took his medallion and placed it about my neck. Was I him? Was he destined to suffer for my earthly sins? My love cried to him to come back. She ran to join him. Then they fragmented into a million light specks. He was caring. His compassion had won her heart. He was my better self. In touching his medallion, I rapidly returned to my cursed world. With his medallion inspiring me, I recalled those abused animals that God had damned to serve humans' selfish needs. For the first time, I showed them compassion. They floated about me in a surrealistic rainbow. My own love I now treated kindly. Someday, I will return to that remarkable place that exists within ours. All life has one thing in common: hope. Hope for a better destiny. If you ever go there, then you'll understand what makes and touches us all. In that dimension, out of time, I would then thrive. Life would be just beginning for me and the woman I love. Life would just be beginning for me and the woman I love.